Hello, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. In the past few days, we are mourning and felt saddened because we lost someone that is very dear to us. If any of you watch my wedding video blog, in the reception part, we have a special guest there, a very special person, and it was Lily, who is 102 years old. That was on October of last year. She just passed away at the age of 103 years old. And we are so sad about it. So the content I am going to share to each and every one of you today is about tips about funeral and deaths when you attend someone wakes. And I myself, I don't really believe in these superstitious beliefs, but I grew up with a traditional family that is accustomed to this kind of practice. And also, I want to share too my experience about spirits. I don't want to believe in these things, and it's not my choice to experience this as a childhood, but it's just happened. That's why in this kind of myths and superstitions about attending funeral or wake, I always make sure to follow it. For any of you who is new to my channel, my content is about love and life tips based on real life experience and real life stories. And also, I'm also doing about my daily day in a life vlog in Canada. Sometimes we experience some strange things happening to us, and sometimes you don't know if that's just a coincidence or it's just so strange that things are happen. But sometimes I think that sometimes these myths and superstitions are happening for real in life because there are things that were unexplainable. And do you know that when somebody say condolence to you, it is actually wrong to say thank you. And that is my important tips that I want to share with you guys. What is the proper etiquette during funerals and deaths? And normally too, in Asian countries, we like to pay a contribution to cover the expenses of the wake. And do you know that it's also not a good idea to spend the contribution to something else? And that is also my tips before I end my video. So guys, let me talk about Lily first, for any of you to have an idea who is Lily. Lily is my husband's aunt, great last aunt. And we always visit her to the nursing home. So now there's no reasons anymore. So that's why we will always miss her. So when she was 99 years old, we told her that we are going to have our wedding. So she said to us that, can you invite me? I want to be there. So of course she's invited automatically, And I even said to my husband, like, we better hurry up because Lily is going to be turning 100 years old. She might not able to make it. So, with this COVID happening, I was very surprised that she combat the COVID. She never had a COVID despite living in nursing home. So last year, she was 103, 102 years old already, and she attended our wedding. She was so vibrant and colorful. But then this January, she turned 103 years old. Her last word was, "This is my last birthday." So to us, it feels like she just waited for our wedding to come because she want to be there and she want to make it. And also her 103 years old. So, after that, she is already satisfied to leave. And just after that, shortly, as we know, she already passed away, and I'm actually going to share you some clips that I took in the video because when it's our last memories from her when they were already transporting her to the funeral. That's the only I took a video of it a little bit because it's just the last time that we are going to see her. So the most favorite thing, she makes me smile each time I see her, that she always comment to me, is that she always say to me that, "Oh, she's beautiful." So it's just the way she is saying it. It's so funny. And, you know, um, it makes me smile each time that she always made a comment to that with me. But it's not that I am thinking that I am like that, or that I feel that I was like that. But it's just really nice, for someone to give you a compliment. It makes you feel so special, and it's something special no matter how compliment it is. And I am so surprised at her age she was mentally alert. So that is Lily. She is happy if you bring her Pepsi to the nursing home. It's okay if you don't bring her flowers or anything as long there is Pepsi. So anyway, guys, that is only about my um, brief introduction. Who is Lily in our life? So let's go to the spirit and ghost stories. I know the new generations will not going to believe about this unless they experience it themselves. And that is just normal. But for any of you, just like me, who have experienced it for real and see the ghost in front of your eyes, you will not question when someone tell story about their experience about ghosts and stories. Well, when I was a child, I stayed and live in the Philippines with my grandparents. Their house is haunted. It's a haunted house. It's very old house in the Philippines. And my family, when you talk about encounter about the spirits or ghosts, they're not surprised at all. They were aware about it because the thing is, you only feel scared, but the important is that as long as they don't do any harm to you, they don't hurt you. So with my experience, I'm going to tell you about my spirits and ghost stories with that house in the Philippines. So in as a childhood, sometimes we like to sleep over together with our cousins. So I was sleeping beside my cousin, and in the morning, the feeling that your eyes is closed, and then you suddenly wake up, and then you look at someone beside you, and you realize they're still sleeping in. So that's what I think. I thought that I just opened my eyes, and because I see that my cousin's still sleeping beside me, so I thought to myself, oh, maybe I should sleep more. So then, when I woke up, I told my cousin, so you also sleep in, eh? I said to my cousin, what time did you wake up? I said to her, what sleep in? She said to me, I never sleep in. She said to me, I woke up very early because I can't go back to sleep anymore. Really? I said, so who's the one beside me who's sleeping? Isn't it you are even wearing a purple shirt? And guys, she told me that she is not wearing a purple shirt at all. So in that, I just realized that somebody is beside me, sleeping beside me. So there are so many encounter that I experienced in that house. Also, something that is strange happened to me too, but I never actually tell my parents that I fell because nothing happened to me. So I fell in a marble floor. It's just like the fell is like, when someone push you in a building, and then you fell down right like that, like so fast like that, because I was playing. And and you know what, I just felt like my head hit in the ground so hard. Nobody is around me, nobody see me in that house because I was playing on my own as a child. I think I was 7 years old back then. And then I just said to myself at a young age, "Oh my gosh, ouch! That was really hurt. I bumped my head. But I just fell like that. Like so fast like that. It's just the falling, like when someone push you right that. And I was so surprised, guys. I didn't have any concussion on my head, but I felt in my head that was really, really hard. And I was totally okay and fine. So that is strange, don't you think? That was so strange experience, because now these days when you hit your head hard, you should have a CT scan or whatever in your head. But obviously, I am totally okay. So it's not a big deal at all. It feels like somebody is around me in there. But also in Canada, something also happened to me that I experienced a spirit. So I was with somebody else's house, and they left me alone in the house. I was by myself. I was in the deck, and there's a dog. So all of a sudden, the dog is barking. The dog normally barks only when she sees someone that is new or somebody is coming in the house. Otherwise, the dog is quiet the entire time. So the dog is keep on barking so loud, and I'm already getting worried if something is happening. But I thought I heard a voice inside the house while I was in the deck outside. But then the dog doesn't stop barking at all. So I finally come inside, and the dog keeps on barking, barking, and barking. And I was looking around, and I said to myself, nobody is here. I'm just the only person here. And dog is so loud, barking and barking and barking. So the dog is actually barking on pacing on the upstairs. The dog is looking all the way upstairs. So I said, oh, maybe I should go upstairs. Somebody must be there. So I went all the way up to the stairs, about like 15 steps. It was a steep stairs. So as soon as I walk in the stairs, the last step that I step my feet on the stairs, on the hallway, there's a bedroom on the other side. And guys, how could you explain this? Seriously, the door is closed. The bedroom door is closed. As soon as I step in that stair, the door is suddenly opened so slowly. Like it felt like, you know, when you visit someone's house, they open the door slowly, saying to you, please come in. It felt like that. So I was so scared and I'm feeling so nervous. I even said that, hello? Hi, is somebody there? So I was feeling nervous, nervous. So I walk just to be sure, and I look around in the bedroom. There's no wind at all, and it's just open, and as soon as I did that, I went up there. The dog stopped barking. It was quiet the entire time. So how could you explain that? So after that, I already left the house, and when I came home, I told my husband what happened. You just can't believe what happened, but what I just experienced today. I told him what happened, and I told him that there is a ghost spirit there, but I think it was a good ghost because nothing happens. Just want to probably say hi that I am here, but that was so scary. So guys, this is the reasons why I believe in this kind of spirits, funeral, wakes, myths, because spirits and ghosts are happening for real. So now, let me talk to you about the superstitions and myths belief, because there's nothing wrong if you follow it, just to be on the cautious side, because there are some things that you can't explain, and sometimes if it's just only coincidence. And my husband don't believe in this, but after we attend the funeral and wake, I made sure that we practice these superstitious beliefs, and he even also told me it's okay for us to follow it because he knows that what I am saying is real and I am serious when I am experiencing these creepy things. And you know what, some of these tips about that I'm going to share to you guys about the myths and superstitions when you attend funeral or wake, the do's and don't, they're very very scary, especially just to think about it. So some of these myths and superstitious beliefs are just very common that I am going to share with you guys, and you're probably going to feel so surprised that, oh, is that so? So if the dead persons or deceased person died in the house, it is better not to transport the dead person in a family car because that is bad luck. And if the funeral happen in the home, or if the deceased person died in the house, after the funeral, it is believed that you should wash all your curtains and bed sheets to remove the negative energy impact, and also it's bad luck too. So it's better to have something that is fresh enough, something new. Also, if you are having your period, please don't go to the wake or funeral. It is believed that you are going to have a foul smelling odor on your period in your entire life. And if you are a pregnant woman, don't look at the wake when the deceased eyes is closed. They just believe that, even the very old folks believe that, oh my gosh, I thought I heard something noise. It is believed that your babies is not going to wake up. Is going to have closed eyes the entire time. Also, you might going to have a hard time delivering your baby, or you might going to have a miscarriage. So it's better not to go to the funeral. It's a valid excuse. And also, don't wear red during the wake or funeral because red, it's a sign of being disrespectful because it's a bright color. Also, you are pushing away the spirits in the house, and it's just a show of disrespectful. However, if adults can wear a red dress or red clothing, it is recommended to put red clothing for the young ones, like the children, to avoid the children of getting sick. Sometimes they suddenly feeling sick when someone is just died, or there's a wake or funeral. And also, so the spirits don't visit or hunt the children, or having a nightmare. So it is better to put a red clothing to the children. And also, guys, this is the most important thing too. After you attend the wake and funeral, do not go home straight. Just drop by to a coffee, or go to the groceries, or drop by to somewhere else, to the mall or to someone else's house. Because after the wake or the funeral, if you go home straight, the deceased person may hunt or follow you at home. That is only to lure the spirits, so it won't follow you all the way home. Same as when you went to the funeral, it is very normal that there's a reception, there's a food. So please eat whatever you can in the funeral. Don't take any food at home because it's bad luck. Also, it is believed that the disease will going to follow you home and hunt you. Also, it's a bad luck to bring food home because the deceased person will not going to be fed well after life. So it's better just to eat whatever you can and don't take home the food in the reception after the funeral or during the funeral, just to be on the safe side so you won't have a bad luck. And also during the funeral, during the procession, do not turn around to go back home. If you forget something, just forget it. Don't take it, don't go back home. And also, do not look back like this in the car to turn around like that, because that is also bad luck. It means that somebody is going to die in your family, or the succession of that among family members. So it is not a good idea to return back home when you are in the procession of the funeral. And also, if you are a widow, do not go ahead or do not join the procession, but instead you go to another way, because it is believed that you are going to follow your husband or wife soon after that. So it's better to take a detour. And also, guys, also, it is also recommended that do not put shoes on the deceased person unless you wanna hear a footstep sound in your hallways at night, that somebody is walking. So that is the reason for that the old folks are saying. So it's better to leave the deceased person like barefoot, unless you want the deceased person to hunt you at night. So that was very, very scared too. And also, it is also believed in other tradition, but nowadays we don't do this anymore. That because when someone lost a loved one, you should wear a black clothing for the entire year. But nowadays we don't follow that anymore, because there's no bad consequence about that. It is just a sign of respect and letting other people know that you are still mourning. That's why want to wear black for the entire year. But that is up to you guys if you want to wear black for the entire time, you know. But nowadays, we don't really follow that. And so this is the most important thing you're probably waiting for, you know. So when there's a contribution during the funeral to cover the expenses of the funeral to help the family, normally we give money, you know. So it is believed that you shouldn't spend the money to something else. You should only spend the money to the deceased person, to the expenses of the funeral. Otherwise, the deceased person is going to haunt you, or you're going to have a bad luck. And also, notice this: when somebody is in the coffin, the deceased is in the coffin, observe the fist, you know, the hand fist. If the fist is closed like this, means to say that the family will going to have a trouble when it comes to money. But it is open like this, it means to say that the money flow for the family will going to be smooth. And that is so, so interesting. And also, if you want to have a good luck, as we always speaking about the bad luck, if you want to have a good luck, you put money to the hand of the deceased person the entire time, and during the after the funeral, you know, when it's time to bury the deceased person, you can take the money and put it in your wallet or keep it as a keepsake, because you know why? It is believed that it will going to bring you good luck. So if there's a bad luck, there's also something that is good luck. And also, this is the most important tip that each and every one of us didn't realize that it was wrong, and even myself too. And I just found out that this is the right etiquette. When we lost someone that we love, right? We always say condolence to you and to your family, and our response is always say thank you for being there, you know, thank you. We always say thank you. But you know what? It is actually wrong to say thank you when it comes to the proper etiquette during attending the funeral and death. Because when you say thank you to somebody, it is a show that you are so grateful or thankful that the person has finally passed away. So that's the meaning of that. But rather, when somebody say condolence to you in front of you, you can just nod as a show that you are accepting their condolences instead of saying thank you. Or you can just pat their shoulders to comfort them, or just give each other a hug rather than saying the word thank you. Or if somebody say condolence to you, you can say instead, she will be missed, she will be loved, she will never be forgotten, she will be forever in our hearts. So that is the right words to say to respond when somebody say condolence. So guys, this is my tips for today, and I hope that you learned something from this, something interesting. I know it is very, very scary. And as I was talking to you right now, guys, I'm having a goosebumps and I am feeling so scared. And this one, as you can see, I bought this one. It's a real flower. Speaking of flower, there are flowers on the funerals, right? There are flowers in the funeral. So do not bring flowers at home. It's bad luck, and it will going to haunt you. The disease is going to haunt you. So it's better to throw all the flowers in the coffins during the funeral. Don't bring any flowers at home with you when the flowers came from the funeral too. So that's my tips for today, guys, and I hope that you learned something and this content might be enjoyable to you, although so scary. And I'll see you guys on my next video. It's my first time to attend a Jewish funeral. And look, this is a sign of the synagogue.
David.
It's nice, it's interesting, you know? Like,
You can. There's two sections. You can have Cambridge, or you can go on University.
we're just waiting for people, other people to come. Our last day with Lily.
Okay. I'll go with Jen. Should I grab a yarmulke or? We'll have them there. Okay. Okay, great. Got your mitts?
I got it. It was freezing cold outside. It's so cold. The cemetery here is mainly for Jewish. Alright, so many people already came. So this is all they are. The ceremony is going to start soon. Freezing cold out. We just finished the procession. We're going to the reception where we got married at Soleil. This is something special. Lily always celebrate her birthdays here every year.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it was a complimentary by the owner of Soleil for Lily's reception today. So we are heading to the reception now to eat something